Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pillars of Eternity 2. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today as we leave to the southern parts of the city of Nekataka, where we are right now, because we need to deal with Bacarnus Folly. Well, that's the name of the quest, I was just looking at it. And also we got this one over here as well. Let me see if I can leave. Is this Princess Chambers? Do I need to go? Yeah, I need to go down there. And yeah, last episode we talked to the Queen Arnakaza the second, I believe, and she told us that we should go talk to basically the most bellicose tribe of the Hoana, and she needs her assistance, or their assistance, because the I sort of, the dragon that they relied on, it's gone, and but maybe the dragon is still gonna help. I don't know. I could have said that I released the dragon to help them. I don't think that would have flown very high as an argument, but I mean maybe. But still, the dragon might help the Hoana specifically against the Rauatai, because the dragon was very no, actually not against the Rauatai, against the Valians, because the dragon was very specifically concerned with the luminous Adra.
Your mother gave you quite the ego.
One of many gifts, I say.
That wasn't a compliment, but never mind.
Yes. Anyway, we need to go to Pariki's Outlook. I think the Dark Covered. I believe that's where we need to go. Let me just make sure. No, it's Arkemi's Manor. Let's go there. Pariki's Outlook. Arkemi's Manor. Maybe Arkemi is, or Arkemir's. Maybe Arkemir is gonna say something about the dragon, because it flew, and it flew from here as well. I think, wasn't it from here? Pariki, well, maybe not from here. It was the Water Shapers were founded by Pariki, but that doesn't mean it was from here. So let's have a chat with Arkemir about the mage that we found, and also the coordinates, I think.
If you require directions to Bacarna's observatory,
No.
Look to your sextant.
I know. I found an old almanac in an orrery. Look familiar?
You did you? That does rather defeat the purpose of absolution.
Arkemir tugs on his lower lip and scrutinizes you.
So be it. Follow me down to the scrying pool.
I just love his study. Oh no, he left! Aw, thought he was gonna teleport me down there. Which, in this particular case, is not a thing that I would have opposed. And the reason for that is... actually, maybe I would have opposed that. I take it back. Don't teleport me. Thank you, game, for not teleporting me. Teleportation in dialogues. Unless I say it. I mean, if you are given an option, it's good. But if you're not, then that is not good. Pretty lantern! Says that imp over there. Is it here that we're supposed to be? I don't think it's here. Why do you guys... Why is that? Why does that symbol show? I didn't see that symbol before. Anyway, we should have... Is at the vault scrying pool. That's where I need to go. And the last time we were here, it was as sort of a thief. And we took a bunch of things. And we didn't kill any of these, which is good. I'm really glad I didn't. Also, maybe it would have made it impossible to do the quest that we're doing. Who knows? Arkemir. Arkemir's eyes are closed in deep concentration, his attention entirely focused on the glowing pool in front of him. Well... Arkemir gestures down at the scrying pool. You peer into the waters. Dark silhouettes sit arrayed in a circle, and the surface of the pool ripples in tune with muted voices carrying from below. Oh, it's the Circle of Mages, I think. I'm gonna dip my face in the water? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna knock on the surface of the water. I'm not sure if that does anything. That's a weird thing to do to water. All of the seated figures turn to you at once, their faces obscured by hoods. One of them makes an impatient beckoning gesture. Okay, I'm sorry. It's the first time I'm using this. I apologize. Newfangled technologies. No sooner does your skin break the surface tension than you feel a breeze of warm air. You are peering into a stone chamber ringed with braziers and tapestries as you would an open window. Robed men and women clutch the armrests of their thrones. Water drips down your chin. The other Archmagi seem for a moment unfazed by your presence. And Aumaua folds her arms and stares down another woman who keeps her fists balled at her sides. Ooze drips from the sleeves of the Aumaua's robe and pools at the floor. You mistake the matter, Kalikov. My curiosity and perusal are not endorsements of her research. Maura nods with an air of boredom. Bekarna won't suddenly be vindicated by the likes of us, having simply read her work. Something green and twisted wriggles under the table. Kalikoth points down and a flash of light incinerates it on the spot, filling the room with the stench of overcooked snails. A suppressed chuckle carries over the silence that follows. You're a slippery fiend, Mora. Some of us refuse to taint our reason with the half-wet conclusions of circle rejects, and keep the slugs to yourself. Kalikoth grits her teeth. I'm gonna clear my throat. The guest of honor. Apologies that I didn't bring a goblet to raise to your lips. Maura waves from her seat at the table. Oh wait, I click one and it doesn't replace all the things, and anyway. Apologies also that Kalikoth is holding up the meeting with one of her moods. We could get started if she would banish the thing enamored with my ankles. Kalikoth points an accusing finger at Maura. I swear she baits me at every turn, Arkemir. You called this conclave. I hope you're ready to impose some bedamned courtesy. Maura, your pets can wait outside. It's kind of impossible to follow who the heck is talking to whom. So, Arkemir waits patiently as Maura makes a shooing gesture. A wet, slurping sound echoes in the hall, and something dark and large makes its way towards an exit. If we're ready to speak rationally, our patience is about to be rewarded. He strokes his beard and sighs, inviting you to speak. I bid greetings to the circle. Tane winks across at you. An echo of manners for a change. This is the renowned slayer of Lengrath. My, what a surprise. Ringgrin rests her chin on her fist and regards you with pursed lips. She glances across at a woman digging her nails into the tabletop. One Lengrath. She killed but one. The current Lengrath raises a finger. Oh, right, because Lengrath is like it's a place in their thing, and that's probably the other Lengrath. Yeah, absolutely. So I killed Lengrath, obviously, in the first game. And that was the toughest fight in the game, I think, because the Lengrath had dragons, I think. Unless I'm mistaking the fight, but I do remember killing Lengrath. And her pets, oh yeah, definitely, it was that. Turisulfus and Gaffanerkos. Those she raised from eggs. And she raises two more fingers, breathing heavily. Well, she did give me quite a lot of choice. It looks like it worked out for her understudy, at least. Are you insinuating? Lengrath makes to rise from her chair. Nina Goth massages his brow with both hands. This posturing is without value or reason. Get on with it, old man. He beckons to Arkemir. I don't know where Arkemir is. Does he not need to put his face in the water? Because this is very uncomfortable and bad for my back, for that matter. Although, actually, now that I think about it, considering that I'm an Orlan, maybe it's not too bad for the back. I don't know. I was about to do exactly that. The Archmage nods and clears his throat, elbowing you out of the way so that his face commands the scrying pool. Bekarna was no Archmage, but we all agree that she was on the cusp of a breakthrough before her unfortunate disappearance. Arkemir takes the book from you and licks his fingers as he begins to turn pages. Okay. Why did you never officially recognize her? I'm gonna ask. Her studies had no merit. They yielded nothing of interest or relevance until today. Arkemir raises an eyebrow. Can I just point out that this is a very unscientific approach? These guys are super not scientists, though. Although, well, the setting does make a distinction between the methods of wizards, magic, and the methods of animancers, which are scientific methods for, well, you know, for the most part. Not all of them do that. Definitely not all of them. But yeah, the problem, and the reason I bring it up, this being unscientific, is that there's a reason why science doesn't act like this. You see, the problem with this sentence here, obviously not from a writing perspective, just from their own character's perspective and all that. The problem with this is that her studies had no merit because they yielded nothing of interest or relevance. Now, that means that it only is something that yields interest or relevance has merit, but that's not necessarily the case when you're finding things that, you know, when you're treading ground that other people will not need to tread because you have treaded already, especially when you're failing. So in science, that's actually a big problem, even with the scientific method of unpublished failed works. Publishing failed works is super important because it allows, you know, it allows other people to see where you went wrong and maybe even to improve on things and all the bunch of stuff. But unfortunately, that doesn't always happen, and a lot of the time it doesn't. From their standpoint, though, it does make a lot of sense for them not to raise her to an archmage, because, you know, she can't come up with interesting things. Then, I mean, sure, she's relevant. I mean, her studies had merit, but just not. You know, my problem is the first line. It's not archmage material, is what I'm saying. But, you know, it's not that I'm criticizing their decision, it's just that it's their logic that I'm criticizing. Be that as it may, someone did not wish for this breakthrough to occur. For that alone, we have good reason to seek knowledge of her amateurish, if enthusiastic, research. Archimir's eyebrows form a steep triangle as he arrives at a page of mathematical figures and coordinates. Yeah, she discovered a river of soul essence flowing through the Deadfire. The archmages exchange furtive glances. Langrath tilts her head to the side, in every way unperturbed. Langrath clears her throat. We arrived at that conclusion long ago. Try to keep up. And yet she traced the path of the river while we only speculated on its existence. Archimir pulls on his beard and squints down at the almanac. I haven't detected anything. Of course you have, they say. In Pillars of Luminous Adra, those are the outcroppings. We sought to trace the trajectory of their roots. Oh, that makes sense. Archimir falls silent as an unwelcome idea reflects in his expression. Bakarna, he says. Evidently she was the first of us to succeed. Archimir sets the book aside and pulls out a vellum map of the Deadfire. He traces his finger from the shallows of the Great Reef northward. Where it goes is not my immediate concern. I am occupied by who presently follows it. The path of Elthas is winding but unerringly intentional. Man, that word. His finger begins to stray east. He pauses on open ocean, his brow furrowed. Could that be? And Tane leans forward, trailing off as he cranes his neck for a glance at the parchment. Suddenly, all of the attention shifts back to you. I think we've taken more than our share of the Watcher's time, unless there are any final questions. What they mean is the opposite of this. The Watchers, they can... that's okay. I hope I can play on that, because I can see through their line right there. They mean that I have taken more than enough of their time, and yeah. Unblinking, Archimir lifts his brow and waits, your dismissal hovering on his tongue. Yeah, it's pretty blatant. Okay, I'm not that smart at seeing through that. Okay, thank you, game, for putting me down. Anyway, why was the Consul Hut so interested in this? That's a question. Well, Consul Hut, he was a part of the... Was he a part of... Yeah, he definitely was a part of a circle. Maybe not. Can I join the circle? Actually, can I? I wonder if I can. Probably only as a wizard. You're holding something back. What is it? Yeah, let's go with that. Archimir takes in the other members of the circle. Their responses are myriad. Myriad? Myriad. Some shake their heads, others shrug, and others still lean back in their chairs and wait to see how it plays out. Better that I remain silent on the matter. I suppose Archimir says. If we wished to invite you into our confidence, you would surely know of it. So I don't get to hear the rest? Are you a member of the Circle? Somebody asks. I think it's Archimir. I hope you don't think we would divulge our secrets to a mere mercenary. Archimir's gaze hardens and a self-congratulatory smile cleaves his face. You are not entitled to everything I own, burglar. I think maybe that is the response that from me stealing from him. Why was Consulhot so interested in this? I'm gonna get as much as I can, old man. Are you keeping secrets from us, old man? Speaking of old man, this is the first I'm hearing of it. Oh, that's interesting. Minoletta, from the magic missiles, best spell, rests her chin on her fists and fixes Archimir with a severe glare. It wasn't of immediate pertinence. Besides, Consulhot has been dispatched yet again, esteemed mistress of missiles. Archimir favors Minoletta with a stiff bow. Your flattery has gone stale, she says, I assume. To address the Watcher, I imagined that Consulhot wished to sustain his wicked existence on a font of essence, but you kindly put a stop to that. I did. Again, Minoletta nods, favoring you with the smile that she denied Archimir. Aha. Okay. Can I join the Circle, if you don't mind? You would ask this after robbing my manor? Showed you the decency to spare you... I showed you the decency to spare your life? Archimir turns to you, his expression pale and affronted. Around the table of Archmagi, someone chokes on a sip of wine. Yeah, it is. Absolutely not. Will there be anything further? Archimir waves his hand, the matter closed. Yep, nothing further, Archmagi. Here. Baubles... What? Oh, right, they're giving me something. Baubles for your service. Not that you deserve them. Consider your debt repaid with interest. Archimir turns back to the Circle and pointedly ignores you. And I have gained illuminating discoveries, which is most likely a, It doesn't say what it is. It's only usable by a wizard, but it most likely is a grimoire. The item was put into my stash, and a bunch of money as well. And I got some things that matter to not. To not? Sure. What is that? That is a grimoire. What is... We got Minoletta's stuff. What the... Wait. That's a high-level spell? That's not very good. Not a very good spell. All things considered. It's got a little bit of penetration. This is the best one, though. Wall of Many Colors, best spell. Just go with that forever and you're good to go. Seriously, that thing carried me through the dragon fight.
Yes.
The Langrath fight, anyway. I have some questions about you, Archimir. He calmly gestures for you to continue. Tell me about yourself.
I'm a member of the Circle of Magi, for better or worse. And yet I had to open a shop to make up the exorbitant cost of relocating my estate across the known world.
Why did you settle down across the known world, then?
Why, indeed. The Circle is invested in the region, and someone must oversee it all at once. I drew the short straw for this unfortunate decade.
Why did you bind imps into servitude?
Their antics amuse me, and I have no patience for the shortcomings of supposedly intelligent kith. Next question.
Okay, back to the previous question.
More. Speak on, then.
Okay, I don't think I have anything else. Farewell. Well, there you go. Is that it? I think so. Show completed. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's done. Huh. I wonder... This is too much of a side quest. You know what? This could be... like a huge storyline. If the Circle of the Magi... Or Magi, or whatever. Magi. It's just always weird pronunciations. If the Circle of the Magi somehow has interest in what Eothas is doing, I can definitely see this either playing out later in the game, or being something to, to build a sequel on or something. Especially if they're... Because Consulhot has showed up again. And they're just... These are important people. The Magi they're super important people. They definitely have a very important place in the world, and I think that comes a lot from how Dungeons and Dragons did it with the mages as well. And then we just need, it's just one of those things. You have all the spells like there. The scorching. There's a scorching one. There's the missiles as well. They're from a special spellcaster. A lot of the spells are unnamed, but there's a lot of spells that are from specific people, and those people exist in the world. And that's kind of cool because everybody knows the names of the spells, but not necessarily know. Not everybody necessarily knows the people. So if you want to make campaigns that meet Arkemir or something, that's cool. So I like that aspect, but these guys are assuming a lot more power. Well, I honestly say a lot more power. Well, a lot more power than I was expecting for sure. I'll go to the Brass Citadel. I think we need to go to the Fleet Master's office. I think we might need to do something there. I was gonna say a lot more power than the mages or the super mages in Dungeons and Dragons assume, but then again, I don't know the power of the super mages in Dungeons and Dragons, so maybe I'm just basing my my assumptions on Baldur's Gate and the other few Dungeons and Dragons games that I know that don't actually talk to the super mages. But these guys seem to be a threat to be reckoned with, I suppose.
You return.
Yes.
Clear skies.
So
A Scylla wave skipper is your first target. A pirate shirking any pretense of lawful conduct in the open seas. Then I will ask.
Can I go back to that?
A Scylla wave skipper, and I will ask.
Interesting. I never even asked that one in particular. So this is how you get bounties for the these guys. For Maya's faction. She doesn't like me all that much, I bet. However, that's the one. However, I might have some new things to do here.
Will your mighty fortress protect you from the Audra Colossus?
These people are still going on about. Yeah, it's not gonna protect them out of anything. I've just been to a mighty fortress that was absolutely destroyed. Okay, so in here. We have two people to talk to, if I remember correctly. Sabormi is just a trader.
Good to see you again.
Hello. Okay, and then we have whoever lives over there, and then... Oh, look at that, they're acknowledging Maya. Yeah. And then there's somebody else downstairs, I think. She looks up briefly from a desk cluttered with pages and diagrams. Her brow is creased, and both her left hand and her wooden right are stained with ink. She is the picture of distraction.
You'll be pleased to know our work at Sayuka is proceeding as planned.
I'm gonna steal a glance at her desk and see what happens. You see notes written in some kind of coded shorthand and diagrams that mean nothing to you. Lovely.
You'll be pleased to know.
So, what was with all the black powder at Asongo? A look of surprise passes over her face. She tries to cover it with a grunt.
Noticed that, did you? Saltpeter is one of our chief resources at Rawatai, and we believe in putting resources to use. Now you can see why we didn't want the Valians nosing around our fort.
Either this voice actress is the stuff, or the audio editing is the stuff. Because that line right there, the way she pronounced it, I just now noticed it. I don't know if anybody has done it before, but like when she says Rawatai, that's super quiet. Like you can do that without editing the sound, I think, unless she just can't project her voice like that. So that's why I'm saying. But like, yeah, that was good. Did you get Queen Onikaza's fruit basket? Her expression darkens and she draws on her pipe.
I got her message all right.
She sighs angrily, smoke filtering through her teeth. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything else over here. I could go downstairs, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't think I have quests over here. So we are gonna go to the tribe that I was talking about before. Getting out of here is simple because we have that exit right there.
Aethys, the god of light. Does he hold the sun in the sky?
Yeah, actually. The sun wakes for Aethys, dead or alive. You got a problem with that?
Akara, he steals the light from others.
You want a bloody nose, fish face. Keep talking.
Oh boy. Why? How's that? Why? That's so out of character, I think. Why? That was so not brutish, so rude. Not rude, either. Yeah, anyway. So let's see, we have one Fruitful Alliance. I need to go to Oriokoiki. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Hopefully I'll have that on the map. 4 hours and 36 minutes of journeying through the city. You are traveling in the slums of Nekataka when the streets become suddenly barren. They don't suddenly become barren. They become suddenly barren. That's the worst kind of barren. The cliffs high above throw the narrow alleys and tunnels of Nekataka's ghettos into darkness, even in midday. See, I tell you, it's the worst kind of sudden. Wait, barren, I should say. The reek of rotten fruit mixes with a noisome scent. That is something, quite something over there. Anyway, the reek of rotten fruit mixes with a noisome scent of dead fish, swaddling you along with 100 other lesser filthy fragrances. Your footsteps echo in the darkness, piercing the otherwise silent slums. Nice neighborhood. No, that's Maya talking. Nice neighborhood, she says. Clicks her tongue, bidding Ishiza to stay close. Oh boy. You turn a corner and walk into a plaintive cry. Help! Misshapen shadows mix with low hissing and the skittering of claws and filthy stone to resolve into a pack of Skulder. Their glistening maws float in the black, of course, in the darkness, and cave grubs wriggle about their legs, mandibles snapping as if to mangle the air. On the far side of the creatures, a small girl dressed in the rags of the Hoana grips a gleaming sword in both hands. She brandishes it wildly at the Skulder, each swing of the blade releasing a howl that keeps the beasts at bay. They creep ever closer to her, however, and her eyes plead with your own. Please! Okay, so use the girl as a distraction and ambush the creatures. I'm gonna draw the beast's attention, and we're gonna be able to do it no problem. With a resounding shout, Adair rushes into the fray. The Skulder flinch and turn on your party. They growl hungrily as they charge forward. Into Adair, as they should. But also, we're out of time for the day, so we're gonna need to continue this next episode. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG. And this has been Pillars of Eternity 2. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching. And I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.